Hello students, welcome to COM 308. We're in week 8 and this week we're looking at close relationships and interpersonal communication, particularly focusing on family. As we look at the week 8 agenda, you'll see that we are reading chapter 14. We're watching 2 TED Talks that deal specifically with the concepts discussed this week within the course, as well as looking at discussion board number 8. Please note that there are modified deadlines this week due to the course ending on Sunday. And so with that, it's important to know that your discussion board number 8 is due on Thursday with the original post, and replies are due Friday. Also, your critical assignment is due on Friday. So everything for the course will be wrapped up by Friday, as that's the course end date, and officially grades are due on Monday, and so faculty have to spend the weekend grading. As we look at discussion board number 8, please know that you're summarizing the dialectical tensions that can arise in a relationship, which may have arisen in a relationship with your family member, friend, romantic partner, a coworker, and in what way are these tensions experienced different and similar? So what you're looking at is, I want you to look at dialectical tensions. That's tensions within your dialogue and communication with multiple different people, and talk about how they're similar or different. So how is your dialectical tensions different with a family member versus a friend or coworker? And then in what way can we learn from what the text tells us to help with these interpersonal interactions, and how does this help us communicate better, knowing that we may modify or may not modify our dialectical tensions, the result of dialectical tensions within these different relationships. Remember your critical assignment. You should be watching a film. You already chose the film a couple weeks ago. And with that, what you'll be doing is conducting a film analysis and determining and presenting the findings to the class within 5 to 6 pages about what the interpersonal interactions and what theories were used within this film that you found. Make sure that you are analyzing the behaviors and characters as they relate to interpersonal communication, as well as providing suggestions for improvement. A successful analysis will include a minimum of 6 terms, concepts, or theories from the text within page citations, as well as be effectively determining main themes within the movie to analyze. We know movies are long. We know that sometimes they have multiple types of interactions and different subplots and things going on within that. So pick one main theme or a couple of main themes that are interpersonally related, or discuss or look at interpersonal communication, and write about those. You do need to have the course text and at least 3 outside sources provided within this assignment. Looking at family communication, there's lots of different terms that this goes with under. It's communication within close relations or intimate relationships and things of that nature. But particularly family communication consists of a network of persons who meet the following criteria. They either live together and support one another, or that it's a group of intimates with strong ties, loyalty, and emotions. Or when you list the members of your families, when it may reveal what your family means to you. So in this sense, there are many types of families. Particularly nuclear families are the core immediate family that deal with what we've known to be a traditional sense of family in terms of mother, father, children. A blended family is when 2 people are married and bring together children from other partnerships and relationships. A single parent is self-defined. It's one parent raising children. And then there are committed partners, those that do not fit a nuclear, blended, or single parent mentality and may not have children, or may have children and have chosen not to get married. So one particular area we're going to look at is family systems theory. It's the most common and most widely known family communication theory. It tells us that families operate within a system that are interdependent on one another, meaning this system and this way of operation is dependent on each level within the operation. All communication within the system can influence family members in a multitude of ways. Family system theories really argues that individuals cannot be understood in isolation from their family, but rather they are connected to the families always as an emotional unit. And whatever you're going through at any point in time will always relate to that person within your nuclear or family. So when we look at this, we can see that the individual is at the center of the circle. The red is the nuclear family. That's their immediate family, the people that maybe they were raised with or raised by. That could be parents, grandparents, whatever that is. The extended family are family members outside of that nuclear core. And then the social level tends to be people that we consider to be family, either from school, work, friends, neighborhoods, faith, community, or community things of that nature. And then the blue level is the multicultural multicultural level. That's where we bring in our socioeconomic, cultural, ethnic, racial, geographical, and religious context, and it tells us that it's an interlink. So what this tells us is that this system broadens as it exposes us to the world more, but that we cannot be understood in isolation from one part of each of those levels. We can be understood differently from each of those levels, but not in isolation from those levels. So our communication is oftentimes affected by what we have to say and what we've gone through based off of these different types of levels. So how close and how connected is our nuclear family can significantly affect the social level or the multicultural level when we're dealing with conflict. If we had a dysfunctional nuclear family or dysfunctional extended family, it's going to affect our social and multicultural level. We're interdependent on one another in every way, depending on, regardless of how we personally feel about that, is what it's telling us. So when we look at close relationships and how we communicate closely, and we looked at the dialectical tensions assignment we have this week, you can see here that sometimes our dialectical tensions, or how we navigate awkward conversations or contentious environments, is often shaped by what we learned at our core from our nuclear and extended family, and so on and so forth. So as we keep that in mind, we are in week 8. We're wrapping up chapter 14. We're watching 2 videos that are related to the discussion board. Discussion board number 8 is due on Thursday with replies due on Friday, and your critical assignment is due on Friday as well. If you have any questions, let me know. I look forward to interacting with you, and I pray that you all have a blessed week.